Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review Ace of the Diamond Volume 1. And before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. So this manga is called Ace of the Diamond, and I'm not going to lie, I wasn't I had no interest in reading this originally. It just, the idea of reading a manga about baseball or about sports in general didn't make any sense to me. But Comixology kept recommending it to me. I don't know why. I was like, fine, I'll check it out. I'm willing to try anything. I'll read the first volume and just see how it is. And boy, do I have to say, it surprised the hell out of me. This is kind of like a inspirational sports movie or something, like Friday Night Lights or something, right? About baseball, obviously. That's the kind of tone of it. And then it's also has a mix of that and some of the strongman or power mangas where there's always a guy trying to get stronger. So in Dragon Ball, Goku's always trying to get stronger. He's always part of the fun of defeating bad guys is how strong they are, and then he's got to get strong enough to defeat them or stronger. He likes to test himself. So that's kind of the feel of this as well. It's not just a happy feel good sports movie. It's also this kid wants to test himself. So this manga, like I said, is called Ace of the Diamond. It's from 2006 is when it started. It is by Yuuji Terahima, and it stars this kid named Ijun Sawamura, and he's 15 years old. He's a middle school baseball player, and I guess in Japan they have sports schools or schools that kind of center around sports, kind of like in high school in Texas. There's certain schools that they will recruit just for football or things like that, and then colleges are more kind of set up like that, but where you can actually get a scholarship to that school just for football kind of thing. But for the most part, I guess this is actually other even middle school and high school in Japan. You can go and get recruited to go to these specialty schools that's not only give you a good education, but are specifically for baseball or sports in general. So this kid Ijun is playing, with his hometown on their final game. He's the pitcher, and he gets very upset at the very end of the game because they lose. But he's like, I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to get us to nationals. And we did our best, but good game and everything. But I'm really upset. And he's kind of crying. He's very passionate about the game. And just so happens there's a woman there scouting for the Tokyo baseball school. Her name is Rei Takashima. Basically, her job is to go around and see the new talent for this high school in Tokyo, where I guess it's not really illegal over there. I guess in America, if you wherever your zip code is where you have to go to public school, so you can't just the rich kids or whatever can't just poach the best players from wherever and bring them to them. That you have to go to whatever school you are assigned by your zip code of where you live. So, but I guess in Japan it's not illegal to do that. So she can literally go around to any school in the rural areas of Japan and whatnot and just see who the best people are and then scout them and tell them, hey, why don't you come to Tokyo to our school and play for us. So she sees him kind of crying about this, upset in an emotional way. And then the other team starts taunting him and being oh, you thought you were going to win, but there's no way you could win. Your team sucks. And he gets all pissed off and he starts slapping everybody. And he just goes off on all of them, even hits the umpire. And so she sees this, but instead of saying oh, this is a problem, she's oh, I like his passion, basically. And she also liked the way he pitched the game. She talks to him and says hey, come to Tokyo and look at the school because you look like you're a prospect, basically. And at first, Ijun is no, I don't really want to because I have my teammates here and there's no point. I'm not going to go to Tokyo. But he ends up going. He's hey, might as well look at it. They kind of talk him into it. So he goes there. He's I don't even know why I'm here. He's walking around. She's showing all these facilities and everything in this school is the best of the best. So she's oh, and here's our sauna, and here's our masseuse stations for all of our players, and here's our 2 regulation sized fields, weight rooms, and all this kind of stuff. So they have all the equipment and all the facilities basically, and he's kind of impressed by that. And then he sees this batter, this guy who's hitting home runs like nothing, and his name is Kiyokuni Azumura. And this guy apparently is has been scouted already from high school. So he's still in high school. He's getting scouted to be in the big leagues, I guess, or college. I'm not sure if it goes straight to big leagues over there or just college, but I think it's big leagues, like the majors. So he's getting scouted, but he's treating his pitcher like shit. And this pitcher is actually his teammate. So he's like, come on, you suck. You've only been throwing for like an hour and you're already tired. And Ijun does not like that. He is a team player. He loves his team. So he thinks everybody should kind of be, a team member or whatever. So he starts yelling at the guy. He can't hold back his passion or whatever. So he's like, hey, you idiot. Like, how dare you talk to your teammates like that? You wouldn't be anything without them, kind of thing. So then Kiyokuni comes up and is like, what, do you want to fight or something? And Ray, the scout, is like, hey, why don't you save this for the field and pitch to him and then really, take him down a peg with your pitching. So he's like, okay. So he starts, getting warmed up. The catcher realizes, hey, like, let's see what this kid can do, kind of thing. Starts to talk to him, goes up, actually calls a timeout, goes to the mound, starts talking to him. And this catcher's name is Kazuya Mayuki. He's like actually on the team already and everything. And he's like, let's see what this kid can do. Maybe he can piss off this batter. Because I think they don't like the way he treats his teammates either. He's basically like, hey, I'm going to help you out. We're going to work together like you do with a catcher and a pitcher. So basically he throws 11 times and that guy strikes out and also like only hits foul balls and everything. So basically Ijun puts him in his place and everybody's kind of astounded that this kid from middle school put this guy in his place. So then he goes back to his home and he gets offered by Ray. Like he doesn't have to try out. That was basically his tryout. He gets offered a position on the team. So, his grandpa finds out, his family finds out, but he's torn. Ijun's like, I can't leave my team. I love them and, I don't want to like leave them and make them think that I just, I'm going to ditch them for something better or whatever. But he's surprised when he gets back, his teammate's like, hey, your grandpa told us you got in to Tokyo. Congrats. Like, I can't believe it. We're going to watch you on TV and stuff. And so like, they're all happy for him. And I guess after that, he just can't really do anything about it, but he's still like hesitant because he's actually like a little bit scared. He's only 15. He's going to go to the big city. And this is basically like you're moving to the school. So like there's dorms. You're going to be kind of like living in college where you have a dormitory and roommates and you're just playing baseball in between classes and outside of classes all the time. He talks to his parents and they actually like tell him, go follow your dreams. His dad's like, I had a dream to play music and, I did my best. I came back 3 months later, but no one could ever tell me I didn't do my best kind of thing. But like, you got to go at least try. So Ijun goes to try, he goes to Tokyo, he accepts it. And the whole time he's saying like, I'm going to be the number one ace. And I didn't really know what that meant exactly. I thought it meant like the best player on the team, maybe the MVP, but it actually means, I guess, number one, that means you're going to be like the starting pitcher. That's his whole goal. He goes there with his like passion for sure on his sleeve. He right away meets his like roommates and they're on his team and they're like, hey, come on in. At first they kind of scare him, give him a little bit of hazing, but then they like invite him in, tell him to play games with them. I guess they keep him up all night kind of on purpose to haze him. And then he's late for practice the first day, which is great because the coach is like, I can't believe you're late. It's your first day. Obviously you don't even care about this team. Like, why are you even here? So he gets in trouble on the first day. And one thing I like about this manga is the first volume just leaves it hanging because basically he yells at the coach. He gets mad that the coach is saying, you're not going to be anything. You're never going to be on this team. And he's like, I am going to be on this team. You can't say shit or whatever. And he like basically swears at the coach. And the coach is like, what you say? And so the coach challenges him to like an all or nothing challenge. So he's like, if you throw this ball all the way across the field and can hit that fence, then I'll let you like still be able to be on the team. And then it leaves it hanging right there. This book is really fun. I couldn't believe how fun it was. In fact, like it just took me right back to like being a kid when I would play baseball. And like when I was 9, thought I wanted to be like a professional baseball player. So it really like put me back in that mindset, kind of like nostalgia and also just like having fun and playing with friends on a team and things like that. So if you've ever played on a team, I'm sure there's like other sport mangas. Like I know there's like soccer and probably other ones as well. So like, I don't know, maybe it depends on whatever sport you grew up playing, but this definitely hit me in like the nostalgia zone for sure. So like, and then like the whole inspirational like talks from all his family and his passion for the sport. And there's like a lot of, I don't know what you would call it, like the stuff that's in like those sports movies where like the music starts rising and you get a lot of hope and just like good feelings all around about like inspirational moments and things like that. So I feel like this is going to have a lot of those as well as like a lot of challenges for him kind of like Dragon Ball, where like there's always going to be a team that's stronger or a better pitcher, and he's either going to have to step up and like get better at what he's doing, or find something inside him that even either makes him unique and he can maybe work with the team in a different area or something. But I just really I like the feel of this book and the tone, and it's just like a fun story. So I'm gonna give this book a 4.5 out of 5. It definitely like hit me in all the right places, maybe especially right now. There's not a lot of necessarily fun things that I'm reading. A lot of, I read a lot of horror and a lot of sci-fi and indie books. And while those might be well written and like enjoyable to read, this was like fun. Like I was smiling. I was waiting to see like what was going to happen next on the field and everything. It was just kind of ridiculous, but it took me back to when I was like 9 years old, which, not a lot of books can do. So this was a blast. I'm definitely going to keep reading it. Now there's like 40 volumes or something of it. So I don't know if I'm going to read all of them, but I'll read up until, maybe it gets repetitive or something. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be amazing and I'll have to get all the volumes. So we'll find out. I'll let you guys know if that was the case. So for sure, check this one out, guys, especially if you guys like sports. I never would have thought about manga or reading about a sport in a comic book would be fun, but this one definitely is. And or if this one's not up your alley, like if you didn't play baseball, check out they got the soccer ones. I'm sure they got other ones. So just check those ones out and give everything a chance. You never know. So with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one.